at the ending, not being able to get stopped at the end, and with Edwards driving them down, made that big run, and then, they had a couple runs where they broke tackles. Was it disappointing? I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't tackle, we didn't execute. We were in situational football. We had burn a timeout on offense. I don't know what the hell was going on with our receivers, but they just kept lining up wrong, running the wrong routes. We gave some guys some opportunities because we had some injuries, and we knew going into it we had 5 guys that were out of the lineup. We had 5 guys into it, but we had some vets that normally play that just looked like they were confused, didn't know what they were doing. So we'll look at the film tomorrow, we'll address it, and try to get it fixed. But bottom line was football is about blocking and tackling, and it's a mindset, and it's mental toughness, it's physical toughness, and we flat out didn't get it done tonight. They outplayed us and outcoached us. So at the end of the day, we'll see if we can get some guys healthy and get them back in the lineup.
And then you made the switch at quarterback, Edwards, he's been around, maybe it's familiarity, you knew how to, you've seen him before, he can run the ball. Was that a big difference?
I think the tackling was the difference. Okay, we got tackled. There were several times we had them in the backfield, they get out, and then we get them in the 4th down at the end of the game, and we commit this stupid penalty, okay? They gave them a 1st down, and they was able to run all the time off the clock. If they would have scored right there, or we would have stopped them, obviously the game would have been over. And if they would have scored right there, we had time to go back down the field. But that timeout that we had to use earlier in the game on offense cost us, and then, just the stupid penalty at the end of the game. When we just had a huddle and said, do not commit a penalty, okay? If they score, they score, but do not commit a penalty.
Coach, what are you most upset about? The lack of poise in this one, or the poor tackling in this one?
All of the above. All of the above. There's certainly nothing to be happy about. In the first half, every time I looked up, we had somebody laying on the ground. Okay, and we talk about this all the time. We don't lay on the ground. Okay, that is a mindset. When you get knocked down, that says, that when you're on the ground, that says that you can be knocked down. Okay, that is not who we are. We are a dominant football team, and we will be a dominant football team. And I will make any change I have to make to get to be a dominant football team.
Was the instruction with 28 seconds left, no timeouts, to let them go ahead and get in, and then he fell down at the 1 kind of?
There was one play that we were going to let him score, and he went down at the 1. Okay, when that was the right move on their part. We should have probably helped him get across the goal line. We didn't do it, and we just let him go and lay down. But we had some inexperienced guys on the field up the front with some of our D linemen out, and that's just something. But for us to have as many guys, I guess the only positive I can take from this is for us to have so many guys out of the lineup, and for it to come right down to the wire. I'd like to see us get healthy, and then see how we play down the stretch here.
End of the first half, you kicked the field goal, played before, 3rd down, you were irate. Was that you wanted the back judge to throw a flag for pass interference? Was it a wrong route? What do you remember about that 3rd down that upset you?
No, we felt like there was a pass interference on the call, and it forced us to kick. And this was a new crew, and haven't seen these guys all year long. I have no clue where they come from. So I don't know.
There's a face mask. It looked like stealing on Miles on the return. They didn't call it. It seemed like there were a few calls here and there, just didn't go.
Yeah, we're on the return, which I think we wound up going down and scoring on that drive, so it didn't affect us. But certainly, Miles looked like he got his head taken out. There's a lot of things that I thought was happening on special teams that just wasn't there.
In the outdoor game, when there's 2:11 left and you get a touchdown, you're up by 4. Go for 2, therefore you put pressure on their kicker on an extra point. Why is the indoor game different?
No, we wanted them to have to go for 2. Okay, put the pressure back on them rather than us having to go for 2. So they went for 2 and obviously executed it. At the end there was a penalty. They were going to go for 2 earlier, and there was a penalty after I believe what's their quarterback's name? JT, TJ, whatever his name is. you know, he came over running his mouth, got a penalty, okay? And that backed him up at that point. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I just went to the ref and said, hey, we'll take the penalty, and backed them up, and you know, they still made the extra point, but they didn't go for two at that point.
Coach, what are some adjustments you feel like your team needs to make, especially for next week's game?
You know, we need to really look at ourselves in the mirror, and you know, the adjustment we need to be a physical football team, okay? And every time I looked up, we had somebody laying on the ground today.
Are you surprised, Coach? I mean, you kind of talked about it, but the poise. I mean, at this point in the season,
We don't have much poise. We fought every time the game gets tight, we crack and melt. We are not mentally tough at all. We are not mentally tough at all. We got emotional guys that can't control their emotions when the game gets tight. And I have to run around and I'm yelling, screaming, trying to get people back over here so we can communicate when the game's on the line. I can't even get people in the huddle. Okay? We'll look at the film tomorrow, get it fixed.
Just describe your things you guys see during the game, and they make, you know, the quarterback makes some big runs, big plays and stuff, and then on the sportsmanlike, you know, play, the guy going over the boards and stuff. Was that just a composure or what?
What was
Lack of composure at the end, you know, with the, I don't know what they call a late hit on that?
I don't know what they call it, man. It's just like mentally weak. I mean, just call it what it is. He's mentally weak. Can't handle the pressure, man. But you can't even blame him that play, man. The score didn't really say what was really going on, man. They were beating our butt on both sides of the ball. The score just didn't reflect it, man. We didn't do nothing on defense. The interception was lucky. He threw it behind the guy. He threw it out in front of him. That's a touchdown. The fumble recovery mishandled the snap. They was whooping our butt all game. I mean, the score just didn't reflect. You know what I mean? They're getting stops on defense. They're running down our throat on offense. So ain't nobody to blame, man. It started with me. I'm out there getting ran over, giving up touchdowns. I mean, shoot. I mean, y'all seen it. It's embarrassing.
Dylan, how shocking is it, considering the way you guys played against Massachusetts, to come out and play like this? I mean, you seem quite upset about it.
I ain't shocking at all. It's football, man. The new guys over there, they bleed too. They work out too. The guys get paid too. And we're all human, man. We come out there thinking we're above somebody looking over just because we beat them. It's hard to beat a team twice, 3 times, whatever it is. When they came to play, man, we came into their house, embarrassed them, and they wanted revenge. And we didn't play like we want to take their heart out. You know what I mean? And they came in and they showed us.
so when you hear your coach talk about the things he did, the poor tackling, the lack of poise, he said basically this team has no poise. You were here, he was irate about it. What comes to mind when you hear your coach saying at this point of the season, number 1 versus number 2, and it says at this point this team has no poise? What comes to mind?
Me looking at myself in the mirror, figuring out how can I figure something out. Because at the end of the day, man, you got to figure it out. Figure it out, man. They're coming out giving us different formations. I'm coming up, I'm backing out. Like, figure it out. We got to figure it out, man. It's gonna start from the top down, man. Our leaders, man. 15, 8, 1, 94. It starts with the leaders, bro. Man, it started in practice, man. You see it sometimes, and we're out there, we're laughing. Man, it's not funny. We just got embarrassed, man. So many kids come up to me during the games that believe in us. You know what I mean? Really believe in us. And we go out there, and the guys they believe in, not even really superheroes for real. We just, come on, man. That was terrible. They're in Tucson, I don't know. They both was, sheesh. Don't let the score fool you. We just got embarrassed. Do not let the score fool you.
Did this game have kind of a little bit of a United Bowl feel to it?
Not at all. We're clearly the better team, man. We just, and United Bowl, I seen guys fighting. We were fighting. It just didn't come. It didn't work in our favor. That one right there, though. Sheesh. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's embarrassing. Like I damn near feel like crying. I'm so embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like people pay their hard-earned money to come watch us play. And we wet the bed. We gotta get it figured out, man. We're not winning the championship like that. I can tell you that. Let alone even make it to the championship.
Losing stings, of course, for this team, especially with the amount of pride you always play, especially within this building. Does it hurt even more that TJ Edwards, a former Rattler, came off the bench and led his squad to the victory?
Who? I don't, it's always about us, man. Once you're out of our locker room, if he was that good, he'd still be here, you know, so, man, it's us, man. It's the Rattlers, it's us. It starts in weight room, starts in practice. We gotta figure it out, man. I gotta go look in the mirror, man, watch this film tomorrow, and figure out how I can make 15 better, and hopefully they can help this team get better, man. I missed too many plays tonight.
Dylan, what adjustments do you think the defense needs to make to get on a better foot for next week and moving forward?
I'm a firm believer of preparation. You know, we gotta start with practice, preparing, man. I've been kind of lenient, man. I'm usually one of those guys that try to lead by example, but it ain't working, man. We just dropped 2, so we got 2 losses. So, man, I gotta figure it out. That's not working, so I gotta figure out what's gonna work and help this team propel and get a ring at the end of the year. So, gotta figure it out.
I know you're not one to make excuses, Dylan. You never would, but did the lack of personnel up front, not having Landers, not having Trayvon, did that play a factor in this one?
We were 2 scores with like 7-8 minutes left. The personnel was there. We have 2 scores. We got to finish. We didn't finish. Wasn't about the personnel, man. I believe Coach Guy, Coach Jay, those guys, man, they do a great job in the off-season recruiting. And we always got some players in here, so, man, it don't matter who they put out there on the field. We got to figure it out.
The very last play, you know, you had 4 seconds left. I know 45
Yeah.
seconds. Where they just hardly even get the ball off.
Yeah, we try to run one of our gadget plays, and if I would have threw it, it would have got picked off. So I just decided to hold on to it. But that's we're the only receiver in that route, so I couldn't really throw it to nobody else. I just got to roll it. But yeah, I guess I don't know if they knew or not, but the one person we were trying to throw it to, it was all over it. So I just didn't want to throw it or something.
Drew got heated after the game, tempers firing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, luckily, cooler heads prevailed. Is that just football? What
Oh
happened?
yeah, we got to be a little bit more poised on our end, but they was trying to break it down on our logo, and we're not going to do that. That's not happening. So that's how it started, and then after that it was just a statement like I could do it, but not on our logo. And then the guys still with that adrenaline just going back and forth, but we just got to be a little bit more composed on our end and don't let it escalate. But it wasn't a big deal. We just stood our ground.
That flip that was lost.
Yeah.
Talk about that play and what went wrong there.
Just one of them days, but we run that play every game. And that's the first time we ever fumbled it. So I don't know. I mean, could have probably put it a little bit in front. I wish they would have to reach back. That's on me. I'll work on that. But yeah, like I said, we run that play every game, and it was one of them days that ball bounced the wrong way.
Drew, was the emotional commitment there today like it was against Massachusetts? Because that game you dominate, this game you guys come up short. Was it the same kind of focus and determination there?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see guys, not interested. I mean, we could have been paid a little bit more attention to detail and could have been all the locked in, but it's not like we just guys in the locker room like, oh yeah, we're gonna whoop them. I'm not worried about practice this week. But we just, like I tell guys, we just gotta understand the urgency, bro. Like we the mountain, like we are the team that every you see them running around, jumping up and down, gritty and doing all this stuff. Like when they beat us, they feel like they won the Super Bowl. So it's like you got it. Like it's easy to chase and oh yeah, I'm gonna be better than him. But now we that. So it's like, how do we continue to raise our standard, worry about us, like not we play them, we play them. It's like when they play us, they gonna play their best game. So it's like, if we don't play our best game, we're going to be in a battle, and when you're in a battle, you can lose.
What's the most disappointing thing? Obviously the loss is disappointing, Drew, but Coach came in here, he was irate, and he said at this point in the season, this team has no poise.
Right.
He says when the game gets tight, there are players on this team that let the emotions get the best of them, he can't control it, and he finds it very hard to try to keep it all under wraps. So when you hear your coach say at this point, you've got no poise, and at times he's gonna like play babysitter.
Right.
What comes to mind?
Myself, first, honestly, but like, I gotta figure out a way to let that permeate to the rest of my team. Nothing that Frisco crowd, anybody could do to like get me mentally here. But we do have a lot of, this is God's first time in this league, the crowd is right there, we playing teams, you know, you gotta do different stuff. So I think it's my job now to somehow pass that on to my teammates, like without just doing it, but actually, you know, showing the way, figuring out exactly what we need to do, how we can be mentally tough and lock in. But we just need to be better leaders. I need to be a better leader. We talking about poise, like you gotta get those guys to, all right, cool, that's over now. Let's go to the next play. And I mean, I continue to try, but we're not there yet. And you know, I'll take that on our chin, and we'll go back and try to figure it out. Appreciate y'all.